see if we're working. Hello guys, welcome to another live stream. Today we're actually going to try and get something meaningful done. So over the course of today I have managed to undercoat and shade these pipes. The intention is to have some sort of extra pipes basically on the floor of the throne room. And yeah, just kind of jazz it up a little bit. So I'm going to put some transfers on them and add a bit of detail and try and make a bit of progress over the course of the next hour or two. So I hope we are all doing well. I'm not sure whether this is going to be a quiet stream this evening because I know the football's on and a lot of people are watching the World Cup. So yeah, King Pignut, hi, hello King Pignut, welcome to the stream. Might be a very quiet one this evening, it might just be me and you. But we'll see what happens. So yeah, I'm going to make a start on these. I got a load of old transfers. I've been collecting these for like the past, it must be 3 years now. But I did say in the last stream that I've got some quite interesting ones that I managed to pick up. So I got some very nice Forge World Metallica transfers. And it's not so much the insignia that I like. It's more the little warning symbols and all the other little bits that come with it. And on top of that, one of my other favourite ones. Not sure how much use I'll get out of it for this project, but I picked up the Underhive graffiti. Again, another very cool transfer sheet. I tend to pick these up as soon as they're made because GW has a habit of putting them up for sale. They go up for a week. And then they're gone, and you can't get them again, so you have to pay like £50 on eBay. So we go ahead and pick them up every time they come on sale, and occasionally I will pick up out of print transfers as well, because they're really useful, but only when they're cheap, because people want crazy money for out of production stuff, and we do not do that here. So yeah, alright, let's get some transfers on some stuff. Soul Hunter, will we have an Orc Commando in the throne room? It's not decided on yet, Soul Hunter. I kind of was going with not having any orcs at all, but you know, we are going to cram the Easter eggs in, but make sure it's not too busy. You know, I don't want one of every faction on the throne room. Alex, well, pay the piper. Hugs from Denmark. Hello, Alex. How are we doing? Welcome to the stream. I was just telling King Pignut I was worried it was going to be a really quiet one this evening because it was just me and him to begin with, since the football's on and lots of people are watching it. Alright, so you can... I know my desk is kind of out of camera shot. It's a bit awkward at the moment, so you're going to have to live with it basically. But I will run you through what I'm doing as I do it. For any of you that are curious about transfers, I kind of harp on about this method because I never used to be able to do transfers properly. So now I start off with, let's see if I can get that better on camera, microset to soften the transfers and slide them off the sheet. And then once that's dry, we will go in with the microsol. Now is the hard part. I just have to decide what I would actually like to stick on these pipes. So my thinking was maybe a few of these quite nice symbols from the Forge World Metallica sheet. Just because you don't see them too often, and I think these pipes are going to be quite prominent, so they will be seen basically. I try not to go too crazy on details for places that people aren't going to look, because it's just a bit of a waste of time. And there's going to be lots of models on there, so it's going to obscure a lot of things as well. And I'm probably going to number these. So I ended up making 3 of these. Turned out I had loads of pipes left over. And I've just kind of used these 2 curves because I feel like they look really good. I will show you the intention here. I'm going to actually stand up and show you. I'll show you on this side. The intention is to have 4 of these. I am going to have to go and find some more online, but what I want to do is I was going to put where was I going to put it? I think I was going to put one here that way and another one here. I think it was there, just not Or was it the next one up? No, it was the next one up. But yes, what I want to do is I want to have 4 of those, so it kind of shows, or in my mind at least, it's where the energy from the psychers is being sucked up. And we're going to have a few other pipe sections on the throne room floor just to make it look a bit more busy, because at the moment I'm staring at it and it is very empty. There is a few things already to go on it, but I think these pipes are just going to make it a bit more interesting. So that's what we're going to do. Alex, Denmark managed to not get there this year, otherwise football couldn't care less. Sorry. There's no worries, Alex. I'm not a big football person myself. I did catch the end of the England and DR Congo game. But yeah, you know, I guess I'm happy England won. I'm not, you know, not a big football guy, but hey. Okay, let's actually get some of these stuck down. It was a 50-50 chance whether tonight's stream was actually going to happen, because I was feeling really unwell about 2 hours ago. It seems to have kind of dissipated, so hopefully I will be alright for the rest of the stream and we can start doing stuff. It just feels like after last week, because we got virtually nothing done because of the heat, that now I can focus and get stuff done properly. So I think I want a warning symbol for each of these pipes. So I'm probably going to use some of these nice bright yellow transfers and then number each one of them. So if we go with a fairly medium-sized one. Something that I also need to do, and I've got to remember this, is once I've applied these and they've all dried, I've got to get my hands on some satin varnish. I've made the mistake in the past of using Games Workshop's Munitorum varnish on metallics, and it doesn't work. It doesn't play ball because it's got that matte finish, so it just takes all of the shine off of your metallics. King Pignut, I think football is one of the most overrated sports ever. Oh, that's fair enough, King Pignut. I don't mind it too much. I don't watch, you know, I don't watch any of the smaller fixtures. I kind of occasionally watch the World Cup and the other one, which I can't remember. What is it? Is it the UEFA Cup? No. Anyway, yeah, that's fair enough. It is, you know, it is a hugely popular sport, but I know a lot of people who are into the hobby aren't particularly into football, so I can understand that. And if you see me looking around, it's because I realised I need some tweezers for these. So bear with me. I didn't get fully prepared. Being a bad host. There we go. That'll do. Found them straight away, which is never usually the case. Usually I'm looking around for like half an hour. Okay. Dirty Davos. Europe Cup, you mean? Yes, that is the one, Davos. My brain never seems to work when I'm streaming. I'm not sure why, there's too many things going through it. But yeah, never really been a huge fan of the football, but from time to time I'll watch it. I'm more interested in building toy soldiers, to be fair. I mean, who isn't? Who's here to talk about the football? Dirty Davos, what transfers do you use? Well, Dirty Davos, I have been saving different transfers for about 3 years. At the moment, I'll hold it up again, but at the moment we're using a transfer sheet from Forge World Metallica. This is a pretty old transfer sheet now, I think, maybe 2017? It does say somewhere, 2015. And it's discontinued, and I tend to try and get my hands on these because they have pretty cool warning symbols and stuff. So I managed to pick this one up for a reasonable price. Frag-Eye! Good evening, Frag-Eye. Welcome to the stream. How are we doing this evening? The channel got a huge influx of about 100 members on the last stream. All thanks to Big Brain, so you might occasionally see a new green name pop up. If anyone decides to check out the stream. They might not. But yeah, we have some new channel members now, which is pretty cool. I see they look fitting, Dirty Davos. They should be. There are some really cool transfers on this sheet. My favourites obviously are the warning symbols, but then you've got some of the AdMech logo, you've got loads of little numbers, and just all sorts really. There's also a couple of, they're like the QR codes that you find on things, but I'm saving those till I can find a, decent thing to put them on. Frag Eye, well, it's not so hot anymore. It's not Frag Eye, it's perfect temperature now. I did say at the beginning of the stream, I've managed to prepare some of these pipes. Spent probably about an hour or two getting the pipes ready, so I gave them a good couple of undercoats, and then I've shaded them with some Nuln Oil, and we're ready to get some transfers on them. And that's exactly what we're going to do. You are going to see concentration face though, guys, so just to warn you. Frag Guy, hopefully they do. Have you checked the chat yet? Oh my god, you are on it, and I am always not. I don't know when this is going to change. I'm really worried about that. I need you guys to be like, yeah, check the whole chat. I haven't missed anything, lucky enough. No, just checking. No, I haven't missed anything. We are all good. Frag Guy, but it's getting warmer again tomorrow. It is, Frag Guy, and I was just saying that I felt really ill like 2 hours ago. Luckily, it's kind of dissipated. So it was a bit of a toss-up whether I was going to do the stream this evening. I'm glad I have, because it is supposed to get pretty warm again, and I feel like that's going to put us back in sprue clipping territory. And I want to feel like we've achieved something, so we're going to get some transfers on these pipes. So I might be really rubbish at showing you guys, but we'll see what happens, because the camera struggles to pick up the detail sometimes. But yeah, we're just going to get a few put on all these little pipes, little extras, and then when the time is right, they'll get an edge highlight, and I'll pick out some of the smaller details on them and stick them to the board. And these, to be fair, much like lots of other parts of this project, came to fruition just... God, why am I butchering this? They weren't really planned, I'll say. They just were kind of there, and they worked using two of the pieces from the pipe sprue. And yeah, I feel like that's happened a lot with this project, where at least, I don't know, at least 40% of it hasn't actually been planned. It's just kind of worked out because of the pieces that I've had in front of me. It's a nice feeling, but it does make me worry about my ability to plan and execute a plan when I'm just saying, oh, that works, but you know, the project's come out alright so far, so maybe we'll just keep on with that method. Right, I do want some numbers, but I want maybe 1 to 4, so I think I might use these little red ones. The red ones in the cog are numbered 1 to 4, so I think I'll use one of each of them. And like I say, guys, when I finish these, I'll show you some better pictures on, well, I'll take some better pictures and put them up. I keep meaning to make a Discord, and I'm hoping I'll do it by the weekend. Things have just been a little bit busy so far this week, but I do want to make a Discord where we can all kind of hang out and post what we're working on, and maybe I can show you guys some more pictures of the project. Frag Guy, I started pin washing the Valk yesterday. Today I procrastinate a little. That's fair enough. I think that happens to most of us, Frag Guy. Get a little bit done, procrastinate for a bit. As long as you've got the balance, it's fine. You all know that I come down here sometimes to the studio, and I'll have good intentions of achieving stuff, and I will procrastinate for a little bit. But eventually the finger is removed and I get something done. Alex, it's still hot enough to get paint to cure, and finding those small parts, oh, it's stuck to my elbow. Yeah, that happens when you get all sweaty. I hate working down here when it's that warm, honestly. It's just impossible. And if it gets that hot again, guys, I'll probably, I don't know, I might do a stream or two, but it's going to be your run-of-the-mill tidying up live stream. It's not going to be a productive live stream. God, I'm tripping over all my words today. Is it because I haven't done a stream in 3 days, do you reckon? And I've forgotten how to communicate with you all? I'm thinking I might put one of these smaller numbers on the bottom and then maybe a bigger one on the top. Because they're going to get a little bit of a weathering. Not a huge weathering, but obviously the throne room is going to feel like it's a bit old and dirty. Let's go for this side. Yeah, I was a bit disappointed though, having a week of achieving absolutely nothing. It was a little bit disheartening. Just feels like such a long time to do absolutely nothing. I'm kind of looking at it, I'm not sure about that actually. That's one of the things that I really don't like about using transfers, is you're not always sure how it's going to look till it's on the model, and sometimes it doesn't look particularly astounding. But it might be alright. Not really sure that it stands out too much. Frag-Eye, but now you're on it again. Trust the process. I have to, Frag-Eye. I have to immerse myself again. I feel like sometimes I kind of get out of the sway of it a little bit. I think we'll get it back. I definitely think we'll get it back. Do you know what? I'm going to move that one. I'm not happy with the placement of it. So I think we're going to go underneath. It makes it doubly awkward with these transfers as well, because since I only have so many, I don't really want to waste any. I'm gonna waste this one on camera. Come on. Come off my finger. There we go. Here we go. This is not gonna look like professional hobbying here. Right, that looks better. Let's see chat. Thy Orange Banana, hello, new angle. Hello, Thy Orange Banana. This angle is of my sweaty forehead, because I can't really get my desk in it. We're applying some transfers today, Thy Orange Banana. We got a bunch of old transfers that we've dug out, and we're sticking them to some pipes that we've prepared today. I'm quite confident about these looking good. I just need to not mess up the transfers. Because the throne room did feel like it was missing something just on the floor. So I think a few more pipes will probably be all we need. And then that, combined with the existing throne room furniture and all the characters that are going to be in it, should be good. I do find it a little bit funny that some of the regular people here didn't get awarded a channel membership. So when Big Brain bought a bunch the other day, Thy Orange Banana hasn't got one. I think it just gave 100 to random people. You would have thought it would prioritise people who joined the live stream. Fragai, following your tips, Nihilist, I used the transfers from the night kits. Oh, fantastic, Fragai. I'm glad to hear it. I can't say I'm always qualified to give tips and tricks. It's just things that I've sort of picked up. Because I think you know by now, a lot of the time I'm sort of learning on the fly. Transfers I have known about for a little while now, though. So I'm quite confident that I can do them to a acceptable standard. But do not take my tips and tricks for everything. Okay, cool. So I'm just going to mimic this process through each one, basically. And I think maybe if we do 2 transfers at a time instead of loading one to the hill, we'll know if we go overboard, or we'll know before we go overboard. Because the last thing I want to do is make it look like it's covered in stickers. Alex, watch Zorp in his insane Imperial Palace. Mentioned your insane build of the Inner Throne. He had seen it. Crazy. Crazy lovely man building different layers. Oh, that is pretty awesome, actually. I was not aware that Zorp was familiar with the project, so that is very cool. I do watch his work as well. I do enjoy his work. I'm a big fan of just how accurate he gets the Lord of the Rings stuff. One of the sort of forgiving factors about building this diorama is that I don't have to match anything exactly. And Zorp's stuff is amazing because he is trying to get it as sort of screen accurate as possible. And I'm like, I couldn't do that, you know. I don't think I'd have the patience to try and do that. But that is very cool. That's made my evening, Alex. Thank you very much. And I'm also glad you're enjoying it. I know I see you here a lot, Alex, so you must be liking it somewhat. I think what I am going to have to do as well is maybe improve on some of these angles for you guys, because you're just kind of looking at me, look at nothing from your side. But I'm just cutting transfers out. Devastator! You don't have the patience. I know it sounds odd. I know that sounds odd, Devastator. I don't have the patience for screen accurate stuff. I can do this because I don't have to meet any criteria. You know, well, you're all aware now. It's based on Neil Roberts' art, but it's kind of my interpretation of what he's painted. So I don't have to be 100% with it. But yeah, doing what Zorp does and getting like Minas Tirith and Bag End and everything, I couldn't do it. I honestly couldn't do it. Toy Techno, hi from Ireland, great project. Thank you very much, Toy Techno. Welcome to the stream. We're just trying to get a little bit more done today and try and push it forward. The past week has been rubbish. It's been far too hot to do anything, so today is tangible progress. Indeed you do. Well, that's good to know, Alex. I'm glad you're still coming back to watch more. I don't know if some of you've seen as well, so I've got a little something I can talk about now. I did kind of touch on it last stream, but basically I am now partnered with Hobby House, which means I have an affiliate link. So basically, if you decide to pick up some Warhammer and you pick up from their website, I get a little kickback, which is good because, you know, it goes straight back into the project. But also, I will be working on them, I will be working with them on a piece of scenery. So at some point in the future, you guys are going to see a little side project that I will be working on in conjunction with Hobby House. The exact piece of terrain is not decided yet. It's still sort of an open project, but I guarantee it's going to be an exciting one. And for some of you, it will be in a location that you can actually come and see it. So that will be good too. And unfortunately, no, it's not going to be the Golden Throne, but it's going to be something hopefully equally as awesome. Devastator, I absolutely and completely relate to that. I go to the Bob Ross route. It's your world, you can do exactly what you like. That's exactly it, Devastator. You know, it doesn't mean I don't have huge respect for people who are trying to, you know, like fulfill a vision of something that already exists. But for me, I like this because I can just do what I want. You know, within a loose framework, obviously. Like, I have an idea of what the Emperor looks like. I have an idea of what the Golden Throne looks like because of the artwork I'm referencing. You know, so I'm not going to go too far out of left field. But it is a bit more freeing, so I can just decide, like, oh, I'm going to add some more pipes. I'm going to add some more machinery. I'm going to put, you know, 100 tech priests in. I'm not, but you know what I mean. I got a lot more freedom. Let's just make sure. There's one of the things as well that is a little bit difficult sometimes, is just making sure when I'm doubling up transfers or I'm duplicating them, that I get the spot right. Because it'll seem, you know, if it's a little bit out and it's noticeable, it'll bug me for years. And it is out, actually. Now that I say that, it is out. But yeah, you're all witnessing my favourite part of the hobby, which is adding transfers. And it is funny that I used to hate it. I absolutely hated it, but now I've got it down to an art. And I don't think that's down to skill either. I won't say that the reason I get it right now is because of years of skill or anything like that. It's just down to the tools. These two bad boys, Microsol, Microset, is that gonna read? These are a godsend. They just make it so much easier. And then obviously once that's done, you just have a coat of varnish and you wouldn't really know they were transfers. Fragite. Oh, it'd be so good if you paint the big brain. Oh, wait. It would be so good if you paint the big brain gate. I will paint the big brain gate, Fragite, just not for a little while. And Fragite will get his promise as well. He'll get some motors on that gate. But I did preface before that I'm not going to drop everything and do it straight away. It will get done, but not straight away. And I think we can single-handedly thank Big Brain because, well, because of all those members, there's actually a few things for the project that I can just straight out buy now. So I'm going to get hold of them and show you guys on stream, and we can just jump into putting them on, basically. One of the things being some more of the Necromunda Stronghold pieces, because obviously we're going to cover, well, not before I drill holes in it for the LEDs, but we're going to cover up these two channels. And now because of Big Brain, I can just get that stuff, and then we can absolutely go for it. So hopefully he'll join us at some point, so we can give him another thank you. But yes, the Big Brain Gate is on the list. I know. Sorry, it was auto-corrected. I should have read it when not. Don't worry, Fraggai. I make so many mistakes on this stream that you guys making mistakes with typing is no big issue at all. Alex, I have a little thing with lore and people telling. If you don't like this, you do it wrong. Same thing with materials. It's models and sci-fi. What do you know? Let's keep it fun and interesting. Exactly, Alex. Exactly that. You can kind of twist it and do what you want with it to a certain degree. Obviously, I wouldn't want to just create something and add it to the board that would throw you guys off, and you'd be like, well, that's a bit strange. I still want to keep it close to the lore, but just doesn't have to be perfect when it comes to the reference material. Blood for the Blood God. Oh, for fuck's sake! Why am I not getting notified? I don't know if Blood for the Blood God. I am not sure. Make sure you hit the bell. Might also help. I know most of you guys I say most of you guys, a lot of you guys tend to do this, is hit the like button, because then YouTube knows you're interested and it tries to push it out to other people. And it's always appreciated as well, because it helps me get more eyes on the channel and more eyes on the project. Blood for the Blood God just came from another UK-based Warhammer streamer. Oh, who's that Blood for the Blood God? Before you answer, I probably won't know who it is because I don't watch too much on YouTube. I watch a lot. Well, I say that. I don't watch many streamers. I watch like horror stuff on YouTube, like spooky stories, because I'm that lame. But yeah. Let me know who else you find interesting. I'll go and just copy their style, get their haircut and everything. Okay, so we need another warning symbol for this third pipe. That's one of the things I was disappointed about today. I have loads of pipe kicking around, but just not enough for the fourth piece I need. So I have to go and find some. I had a little rushed look on eBay today. Whoa, someone wanted £40 for one set of pipes. Can you not, please? Can I have them for an affordable price? £40. I feel like just the other year I was picking these up for £12 for like a sprue, because they came with, what did they come with? Conquest at some point? So yeah, if we could not rip the scalp off of things, that would be fantastic. Alright, let's get another warning symbol. I kind of want one that looks like the existing two, so I might have to get one from another sheet. That one. Do the trick. Not looking at my own chat. Guy, it sometimes takes 1 hour until YouTube sends the notifications out. Oh my god. That doesn't help if I'm streaming. An hour in and then people are getting notified. The one thing I worry about is having absolutely no one watching for the first 20 minutes. Not because I feel like I always need someone here, but it's like, do I sit in silence? You know, if no one's here watching, do I sit in silence and just get on with it? Or do I kind of start talking like it's a video that other people are going to tune in and watch from the beginning? Like, I don't know where it stands, because I'm not sure many people re-watch the streams. Because essentially it's like, 2 or 3 hours of me waffling. So, yeah, I don't really know what to do. That's why I was worried today. I was like, oh, it's just gonna be me, and I'm not gonna know what to do. But then King Pignut came out of nowhere, so he sorted that one. Blood for the Blood God. Olmath. Always something different going on over there today. Was Lord of Skulls today? It was Lord of Skulls Day. Wow. This is why no one will rewatch these, because I just butcher every other sentence. Yeah, I've not heard of him or her or they. I have not heard of them. But yeah, I mean, you guys are only coming here to watch one project, pretty much. I'm not working on something different each day. So if you want your variety, I do recommend other streamers, because this is just going to be one thing. Alex, he can play with his own pipe bonkers. I know, and YouTube let me. This is a live stream and I'm showing you guys my pipe. How crazy is that? This is where I just get demonetized now for that statement. Guy, there were a lot in one of the Combat Patrol magazines a few years ago. Yeah, that's what I was thinking of, Guy. And I figured that that's the reason it was so cheap for a point in time. And that's what I quite like, obviously, because it means I can get more for the project without blowing through the budget. Because obviously, well, you guys all know that through YouTube and what else is it? YouTube and Patreon. Obviously, I have a little bit of a budget that I managed to accumulate for the project. So obviously having things at a more reasonable price means we can add more to it. And that's it, basically. Add more to it and get the materials we need. So it does involve hunting through eBay a lot of the time, though, and trying to find the best offers. And also sometimes bidding on things. I prefer buy it now, just so I can have it quickly as possible. But auctions are really good if you want to scoop something up cheap. Though having said that, eBay has also got really rubbish the past few years. Just trying to sell things in general. It feels like eBay won't actually show it to people unless you hit the commission button, because they say everything is free to list, but it's not. It's like free to put on and they won't show it to anyone. But then as soon as you use the commission slider, they're like, oh, someone's interested. It's kind of annoys me. Blood for the Blood God. I'm here because of the throne, yes, but the real content is the streamer, and you make the attempt to interact. Well, thank you, Blood for the Blood God. I can't say I'm always good at interacting with people. You know, a lot of the time I get a little bit apprehensive before live streams because you don't really know what to expect. But, you know, it wouldn't be a stream without you guys here, so I appreciate you guys taking the time to swing by and hang out with me for a little bit, you know? It wouldn't be the same otherwise. I need you guys. I was going to say I need you guys just as much as you need me, but you don't need me, that's the point. You could go and watch any streamer out there, you could go and watch any video on YouTube right now, you don't have to be here. So, don't think it isn't appreciated, because it is. Alright, I'm just checking these are all, I know I keep picking this up and looking at it, it's because I want to make sure that they are all lined up. I don't want any... Well, I don't want too large a discrepancy, really, when it comes to the transfers, because it becomes noticeable to me. But they're looking pretty good. I'm going to let them dry and cut out some of the numbers. Blood for the Blood God. Without your goofy self, we'd have no throne room. Well, I guess that's one way of looking at it, but... Well, yeah, I guess that is one way of looking at it. But I think that's more ambitious than goofiness. I'm definitely goofy. I'm not denying I'm goofy, but I think it's maybe being a little bit too ambitious. And the thing is, I've definitely said this before, but I'm kind of obliged to do it now. That doesn't mean I don't want to do it. I am enjoying doing this. But because there's so many other people now who are invested in it, it needs to be done. So I do want to get it done for you guys and be like, look, I kept my word. Alex, as you mentioned, some of the cool things get shut off really quickly, like the photo etch icons. People want the price of a B2 bomber a year later. Exactly that. Exactly that. I picked up, funny that you mentioned that, Alex, because I picked up some etched brass, the Aquillas specifically. I managed to get them for about £10 each for the sprue of them, but usually they're like 40 quid. So, yeah, go figure. It happens a lot with books as well now. I don't know if you guys have realised that if there's ever a book that you want from the Warhammer store, if you're not on... I mean, this doesn't even guarantee you the book, by the way, but if you're on early, or if you're not on early, sorry, chances are you won't get one, because all the scalpers buy them, and then you see them on eBay for double the price. So... You know, I feel like it needs to be made-to-order sort of system, and they've done it with a few of the limited edition books, so they can't go saying that it's not possible. It is possible, but it needs to stop, because on the rare occasion that I want a book, a lot of the time it's gone, so that needs to stop happening, because someone with, like, zero talent is just like, click, or using a bot to buy it and then selling it to you for double the price, you know, that's rubbish. That is absolutely rubbish. Gloom Creature, hi little guys. Hello Gloom Creature, how are we doing? Welcome to the stream. Did you just get notified, or is YouTube doing its job? Oh, I don't need that one, do I? Alright, so we need a number 2 now. I've definitely developed a thing for transfers. There is a huge bag in the drawer below me, and I just love them, man. I just absolutely love them. There's a few more sheets I'd like to get doubles of. So one of the sheets that I used a fair bit on this project already is the Ridge Hauler sheet from Necromunda. It's just really useful, that one, but it is quite hard to get hold of, because a lot of the time people don't want to sell it, because they want to use it for the Ridge Hauler. Gloom Creature, nah, I was just busy until now. Oh, okay, well at least YouTube's doing its thing. a couple of you guys weren't getting notifications. Gloom Creature, doing well, started a new job. How are you getting on? I'm getting on alright, Gloom Creature. We're just doing some pipes today. I was telling the guys that we managed to get these prepared beforehand today. Basically just from some pipe kits that I have left over. So I've made a few pieces. I have undercoated them and I have shaded them. And now we're just going to bang some transfers on them, and then, not today obviously, but we'll get around to like weathering them a little bit and edge highlighting them. But we're just trying to make a bit more tangible progress, basically. Because last week was a write-off. It was. And I feel like recently I haven't been doing as much as I'd like to do, which is always a bit disappointing. Because in my head, I know it might be different in some of you guys' eyes, but I feel like I haven't made a big leap with the project recently. So what I'd like to do is kind of have a big visible jump to essentially give me that boost to get the rest of it done. And that's what we're aiming for, really. How is the new job going, Gloom Creature? I hope it's going well. I hope you had a good first day, if it was your first day. Oh, cool. The away to transfer stream. Yes, one of them. We're going to have plenty more, though. We're going to need to do the big brain gate eventually, and that's probably going to have quite a few transfers on it. So we will do that on stream at some point. You might have seen that visible pause, and it's because I've just realised that one of the set of pipes I've done differently to the others. So, at least I think I have. Yeah, I have. It's like a slight variation on the curve, which is fine. I don't think it's going to make a big difference, but because I've put the transfer on this one, and I know exactly where it is, I kind of have to roughly match it up with this one. I know these are all very perfectionist things I'm talking about. I'm trying to be precise with it all. But this is something I won't ever do again. You know, I'm not going to make a third golden throne. So I want it to be as close to perfect as it can be. For me. You know, I haven't got heavy metal painting skills or anything like that. But I still want to paint it and, you know, build it to the best of my ability, and not look at any part and be like, oh, I could have done that better, could have done that better. Alright, I need to push that forward a little bit more. Solid, it's retail work, which I'm decent at. How is digging holes in the heat? Do you know what, Gloom Creature? We didn't work last week. Did no work at all last week. The heat was too dangerous. So, we're back to work now, obviously. It's much more manageable. You know, thank God. But it's supposed to get hot again. So we'll see how that goes. Okay, we're getting there. It's looking good. It is looking good. Now we need a 3. You know something that I'm quite surprised about? When I look for transfers, there is not a decent transfer sheet that is just Aquillas. You know, like proper Imperial Aquillas as well, not the Astra Militarum or Solar Auxilia ones, like normal ones. And I feel like Games Workshop is missing something with not making as many transfer sheets. Because they should have one that's just strictly Aquillas. Because this one's brilliant. This is probably one of my favourite ones so far, the Forge World Metallica ones. Just lots of unique transfers. And if you were here earlier in the stream, Necromunda transfers are awesome too, but they don't last very long. They get printed for a week or two, and then when they're sold out, they're gone. I think I've got 2 out of 3 that they've made for the Necromunda transfers, but they made a propaganda posters one, which I never managed to get. It's probably the one that I'm least worried about, because I feel like the other 2 are cooler. And a lot of the time you can just make posters out of out of A4 paper and glue, basically. But some of them did look cool, I will admit that. Same thing all over. I'm a big Depeche Mode fan. I collect records. I have some that other people sell for around 250 euros. What? Again? Let the fun of music in. Exactly that. It's just... like, I can understand to a certain extent, but I feel like with a lot of Warhammer stuff, it's just completely scalping, If something is really, really hard to get hold of, I can understand it being more expensive than its release price. But the issue that we seem to have nowadays is anything that's limited release is just hoovered up by someone who wants to resell it. And I'm sure that must happen with music and records and stuff. It must do. But it's just really disappointing because as a fan, and as someone who's going to use this product and not being able to because someone wants money for nothing is just kind of disheartening. So it does wind me up a bit. Because anything I get, right, besides, and I've been good with this recently, I haven't bought anything in the past... I haven't bought anything in the past 2 months, I don't think, that I'm not going to use on the project, basically, because I've got to stop adding to the pile, I've just got to get things for the project and get that done. And even to the extent, actually, that Caiaphas Cain and Jürgen came out the other week, I haven't bought it. I said I was going to buy it, but I didn't, because I need to focus on this, and building a pile of grey sprues is not going to help. So, I'm on my best behaviour. Gloom Creature, never seen Necromunda transfers before. Sounds like something I need to get. I will show you Gloom Creature. As soon as I add this transfer to my pipes here, I will show you an example of what they look like. Let me just get this right, and I will be right with you. Necromunda is where it's at for me, though. I definitely sort of lean on that more than 40k at the moment. Just because all the terrain for it and all the miniatures, and yeah, I know the transfers don't last long in terms of sales, but I love the transfers as well. I just feel like they always knock it out of the park when it comes to the design of things. Just check that is. Isn't that high up? It is, isn't it? Excuse me talking to myself. Yeah, that'll do. Okay, so, yes, Gloom Creature, Necromunda transfers. This is what I've got. So this is one that I might use a few of. This is the Underhive Graffiti transfer sheet. Hopefully the camera will decide to pick up some of the detail here. But basically, a lot of the gang symbols I might eventually use for a Necromunda project, but it's down here at the bottom with all the warning signs and danger signs and stuff. That's what's likely to get used more, and most of it on this project, I'd say. Maybe not some of the warning signs, granted, but not warning signs. Sorry, the warning signs I will use. The other signs I will not use. But yeah, I love this. What did I spend on this? Probably spent about 20 quid on it though, which is a lot for just a sheet of paper, basically. I recommend, if you like transfers like I do, and you're a huge dork, I recommend just keeping an eye out on eBay, basically. because it's rare that they pop up for a decent price. Okay, so that's 3. Right, what else do I want to put on these now? This is where I kind of tread the territory of making sure it's not overkill. So I think maybe we could do with like a little Aquila on each of them and then a bigger number, and that should probably do it, really. Because I don't want to make it look like it's been attacked with stickers. Okay, let's go for it. Let's try and find some Aquilas. What do I do with my pile of transfers? The sheet that I find most useful for Aquilas now, though, is the the Astra Militarum tank transfer sheet. This thing is great too, and you can pick these up online for about £4 each. I think maybe £3 or £4 each. But really good. They are a nice variety of decals, loads of numbers and everything. It's a good all-rounder. The Space Marine one is also good, but obviously a good portion of that you have taken up with Space Marine iconography, which is fine if you've got like salamanders and ultramarines or whatever, but yeah, not quite as good as the Astra Militarum one. Martin, still impressed by the work you've been doing so far. Thank you very much, Martin. It's a bit of a slow process. But it's only because we want to get the right level of detail, basically, and make sure it's all done properly. I'm sure if I was part of a team, or if I had the ability to let other people work on it, it would go quicker. But yeah, sort of a one-man band at the moment. Okay, which one did I want? Small. There it is. Might hear my dog barking there. Apologies in advance. Gloom Creature. Yeah, I'm a fan of all the sigils and all the mechy stuff on the Space Marine vehicle transfers. They've got some good ones. Specifically, I bought that sheet because of the massive AdMech ones. Because you've obviously got the cog there, and then there's another interesting variation next to it. So I really like them, but I'm kind of just buying the sheet for those 2 transfers that I like the most. I've gone through probably like 10 of the Astra Militarum ones. Not like every transfer on the sheet, but all the ones that I tend to use, like the Aquilas and stuff. They are so good. And you'll probably be seeing more in the future, so... It's got quite bad, because it's got to the point as well that when GW do a new miniatures release, I'm looking for the transfer sheet. I'm like, okay, the miniature looks cool, but where's the transfers? And I'm always a little bit disappointed if there's not a sheet with them. Okay, let's go for... Put an Aquila. I feel like every other thing should probably have an Aquila on it. It's almost like I feel like it's comparable to a purity seal. It's like, it's been approved, it's got the Aquila on it, it works, it's good. Oh, and here's some information for you, Fry Guy. I don't know whether this is approved or not, but I find when I'm trying to adjust the transfer, I find it easier to use a knife, like a hobby knife, just because you can kind of prod it and manipulate it, and it's a bit more delicate than using a brush, because I feel like a brush you're always kind of like over-correcting it when you're trying to straighten it up and stuff like that. So I find a hobby knife really does the job. So it might be worth having a play around with that if you're struggling. Not that you said you're struggling, but you know what I mean. But sometimes it does take a fair bit of tweaking to make sure you get it right. Because I feel like I always seem to notice, even if it's slightly off. Which is a massive pain in the ass. Right, that's looking good. And it's kind of annoying as well because I have to get one more, which means I'm going to have to go through this process all over again instead of just doing it like this and kind of, you know, factory line getting them out there. I'm going to have to make time to get this single one done. Fragai, yes, me too. Good, you're way ahead of me, Fragai. You're way ahead of me. Okay, so we need to find another one of those Aquillas. So I need another tank transfer sheet, because I think I've used all the ones from that already. I have! Okay, you're going to hear a little bit of noise here. Here we go. I'm just hoping I haven't used all of them already, because oh, there's another one. Right, disaster averted. They also have lots of numbers and stuff as well, which are really handy. I don't know if I mentioned that. Not so much the big numbers, but they got like little barcodes and stuff that you can use. It's very cool for pipes. Pipes and cables. Fragai, sometimes I use my tweezers, they work well too. Oh, fair enough. I've never tried with tweezers. For a long time I didn't actually have a decent pair of tweezers. I had just like ones for plucking hair and stuff. And only recently I picked up a kit that has these little plastic ones. I think it was a Gundam set of clippers that I got actually. I'm not too up on my clippers, so I don't know whether they're amazing ones or not, but they came with the tweezers and they had a picture of a Gundam on the front, so I assume that's what people use for that. And they are pretty good tools, to be fair. These are much better than the ones I was using before, which were a really ancient pair of Citadel ones. These clip off and you can barely see the mark, and then obviously once you've sanded it and everything, you wouldn't know it was there. Blood for the Blood God. Majority of my transfers are Traitor Knight houses. The law for those make no sense to me, so I just did World Eaters. That sounds about right. Blood for the Blood God, you just got to do what works for you. I don't know if you were here earlier when we kind of touched on that, but you know, if it doesn't make sense or you're not too fussed about it, just do what you're going to do. Rule of cool is definitely an important thing to me. So yeah, I'm not too fussed if it's not perfect, you know. Like, oh, they wouldn't do it that way or this or that. It's like, yeah, but it looks cool. Don't you want your miniatures to look cool? Blood for the Blood God. I use whatever tool I pick up first. That's a good way of doing it. I think for these you could also use a toothpick if you had one. It's just about having a pointy end really to move the transfer around. I'm looking forward to showing you guys these, because they are looking cool. And once they get the same weathering as the other little ones I've done, they are going to tie in nicely. Oh, I didn't bring myself a drink. I am so unprepared today. Would you believe it? I had it in my hand as well before the stream. Oh, and I lost my train of thought there. I was going to tell you guys about someone else, and now I can't remember. Fragai, I bought me the starter set from Disbay. It's full of good stuff. Oh, well, when I get this Discord sorted out, Fragai, you're going to have to, and that's for all of you as well, all of you who choose to join the Discord when I get it set up. I always enjoy recommendations. Like, if you guys use anything and you think it's really good and I could use it, certainly let me know. Because the regulars here will know that this is kind of me learning as I go along. So, yeah, any advice, tips and stuff is always welcome. I'm a hobbyist, not a snobbyist. You can save that. Go get refreshments, mate. I think I'm going to have to, Blood for the Blood God. Thank you very much. I will pop up and I will get a drink very quickly. Because I always forget, like, when you're yakking for this long, it gives you a dusty throat. That's what it feels like. I'll just make sure this Aquila is perfect, and then I will pop and get a drink very quickly. It's looking good though. I don't usually float my own boat. I don't usually create something and be like, yeah, I really like it. In fact, most of the time it's kind of the opposite, where I'm like, but these I'm quite happy with. Or it's just because I really like transfers. Right, let me just see if I've got any. Alright guys, I'm just going to get a drink a minute and I will be right back. So bear with me. I'll give these a minute to dry and we will continue on. Alright, 1 minute boys. Alrighty, we are back. We are back with a fancy dash drink. Okay, let me just get my chat back up. Alex, yeah, have a heavy clipper and more pricey side cutting nipper for details. And by God, never use that delicate one for big stuff or prying things off. New one. Yeah, see, I do try and be a bit delicate with these blue ones that I've got. I'd still use the old ones, the nasty old Citadel ones, but I, like you say, I use it for big chunky bits. I'm not afraid of like holding it with both hands and snipping. Okay, that's new. What this? Look at this. This is fancy. This is. I only got this because it was on a meal deal today. It's just bougie water, basically. Bougie fruity water. Okay, so let's find another one of those Aquilas. Just make sure that that is perfect. Lines up with the other one. Yep, we are good. Alright, let's get another one. Bum, bum. That one hasn't got one. Oh, I need another one. I've got like double digits now of these, and it is getting to a point actually that all the ones I need are usually cut off them. Yeah, there's none on that one. I must like these. Ah, thank you, Fry Guy. I will. I'm feeling better already. I'm feeling refreshed. I am. But I'm just worried that we're not going to have the last transfer we need, which would be a real pain in the ass. Oh my god. It's starting to look like I might not have one to match that, which means I might need to hold off. What a pain. What are the chances of that? Alright, I'm just going to take a thorough look. You guys can watch me look thoroughly. There we go. Yes, okay. But I do need to order another one of those, because I'm running out of the ones I need now. I love Pink, because she's a little naughty one. Ooh, 0 calories as well, Alex. Very naughty. Ugh. Okay, cool. So, let's get this one on then. Oh, do you know what I want to do is find an excuse to use, I don't know if any of you guys have bought the Adeptus Arbites miniatures, but their transfer sheet, they have these little outlines of bodies, and they are very cool because one has the head completely separated in a white outline. You might not be able to make it out on this camera, but very funny, very amusing, and I want a reason to put them on something, basically. So I'm thinking maybe if we go down the route of the Necromunda project for the Hobby House crossover, I think I will use those transfers. I will find an excuse to use them. Ah, Quokka! Oh no, transfers, the horror! Not for me, Quokka. This is my favourite part of the hobby. I was telling the guys earlier, this is literally my favourite part of the hobby. Because it's just like adding details with minimal effort. And then once you've weathered it, well, depending on if you're painting something that needs weathering, but once you've weathered it and washed it, it looks fantastic. Put that somewhere. Put it somewhere in this project. Just someone beheaded. I don't know where I'd even put that frag guy though, is the problem, because most of the large flat surfaces are on the front of the build, and I feel like I'd want it somewhere more subtle if I was going to put it in. But it is pretty hilarious. That body outline is sick sounding. It's really cool. It is. It's just because it's a little bit humorous as well. Because you've obviously got the body with his head still attached and they've just sprayed the outline around him. And then you've had someone who's had their head removed and you just got a circle up here and then the body lower down. I like it. I like a bit of humour in my Warhammer. Quokka, just said that randomly. I have never done transfers. It's addictive, Quokka. When you have the right kit, it is addictive. I know you're probably not going to want to flick back through the live stream, but I would highly recommend, if you do want to try, get Microset and Microsol. Use the blue one first and the red one after, once it's attached. Obviously you let the blue one dry first, don't put it on while it's still wet. But it makes the transfers adhere really well, and they look fantastic, and then all you've got to do is give it a coat of varnish, and perfection, basically. Blood for the Blood God. Minimal effort, he says, after talking about having to get them perfect. Yeah, well, it's minimal, it's minimal effort for the amount of detail. If you think the time that I've spent on these 3 pipes, if I was edge highlighting right now, or doing any sort of painting, we would probably still be halfway through one. So yeah, I know it sounds ridiculous, but it does make sense. And it's just kind of soothing as well, you know. It's kind of like, yeah, it's kind of relaxing, I feel like. It's definitely better when it comes to streaming, because I can kind of half focus on this and talk to you guys. I do struggle a little bit sometimes when I'm painting and I'm trying to talk at the same time. My little ape brain can't do both. It's a bit back, but I messed around with Machining Krieger. Still have the transfer sheets. They have some serious skulls and what you have on them. Like the Falk? What do you mean, Alex? Like the or am I just am I missing something there? But it's a good transfer sheet, is it? I haven't used any transfer sheets that aren't 40k on this yet. I've got some really cool custom ones that I'm supposed to be using and I still haven't used yet. But they're more for big open spaces. Quokka, Well, personally, I'm happy I received my Trench Crusade miniatures. Is that the new box, is it, Quokka? I did see that come up on my feed, if so. It does look cool, and I do follow Trench Crusade on social media, but well, it's always the same excuse with me, isn't it? I just don't have, I don't have the time. I don't have the time, and I'm kind of not having the space at the moment now, hence behaving myself and not buying anything that's not going on the project. But Trench Crusade is cool. Okay, alright, cool. So, now, I want a little kind of like barcode thing, I think. I've got in this habit of when I apply an Aquila to like a piece of pipe now, I like to have like a little code that goes underneath it because I feel like it kind of, you know, in universe would identify which pipe it is, and it just looks better, I think, than just having the Aquila stamp there. Quokka had to pay the shipping and then 15 more bucks because it came from England. Where are you, Quokka? Where are you based, if you don't mind me asking? I didn't realise they were printed here. And I think for the time being, Trench Crusader has 100% less transfers, so maybe they need to up the transfer game, and I'll get involved. Okay, what did I want? I want a big number. No, I didn't. I wanted a barcode. That's what I wanted. Right, let's see if we've got small ones. Yep. Ah, France. Well, I'm hoping in the near future, because occasionally I ship stuff out, like I have, you know, patches, and I do merchandise from time to time. And shipping it out recently, anywhere in Europe, has been, you know, because of certain changes. There's just like, the cost is phenomenal. It's absolutely crazy. Came from Royal Air, of all things. For a big parcel like that. Because it's a big old box set, isn't it? I need to start doing that again. I was listening to a little bit of Trench Crusade lore. Kind of haven't done for a while. But I feel like at the moment that's probably the closest I'm going to get, is just listening a little bit about the universe. I think you guys are going to like these when they're done. I really do. If I was going to ask you guys if you have any favourite part of the build, what do you think it would be? I know that's a bit of a random question, but I don't think I've actually asked it before. Quokka. Nah, it's just the normal squad of the 7-headed serpent court, so not that much. Ah, I see. See, in my head, Quokka, I was thinking about the, they've put out that new box set called Carcass Front, I think it's called. And it's got like the devil sea guys in it, and then it's got the... I don't know what the other guys are, really. But all the miniatures look really cool. I've just seen it appear on my feed today. Carcass Front, yeah, it does look very cool. I feel like they're kind of upping their offerings now, aren't they? Because a lot of it's all plastic kits. Which I think before, wasn't it mostly 3D prints you could buy of characters and stuff and squads? Like, having dedicated plastic kits is very cool. Stay. This one's not playing ball. Gloom Creature, really like the massive walls you made. Ah, you like that addition? I feel like that addition was definitely beneficial to selling the scale of it. And I am glad I done it. Obviously it's going to be a ton more work, but it feels more like a throne room now. Blood for the Blood God. My favourite part is the scale of detail. Oh, thank you, Blood for the Blood God. Well, you should be impressed then, because we've still got plenty more to do. So hopefully you will be impressed by the rest of the details. Quokka, I have some Yoke Fiends, a Locust Priest, a Locust, a Priest, 3 Hell Knights. Is that the 3D prints, Quokka, or is that the plastic kits? Genuinely asking here, because I'm not sure what has kits and what doesn't really. Okay, cool. I'm sort of scrutinizing these a little bit more because they're on an angle because of the shape of the pipe, obviously. So it's not as easy as when you're just putting it on a flat surface. Oh, it's resin as well. Yeah, well that must be the print, surely. Getting confused there. What do we need? We need another barcode. I've got some resin parts kicking around for a bunch of Space Marines that I've got. Because I couldn't find any official parts for like spiked pads. I don't know if that's something that GW have ever done, like Forge World have ever done. But I feel like they look really cool, like spiked pauldrons. But I can never find any official ones, so I always end up buying 3D prints of them. Just for my Mark IIs when I get back to them. Yep, can't wait until he starts on that massive door. Glued on that one. Well, I'm locked in, Alex. Big Brain and I made a deal, so I've got to put some motors on it at some point. I got to do a bit of work on it. I didn't realise there was a scoreboard. I just pressed a button and it says which one of you... Oh, you got numbers by you as well. Completely missing this. It's a live stream, like completely out of the loop. It's my Kickstarter pledge, though I'm disappointed I didn't get the whole pledge. I wanted the Desecrated Saint and the Praetor. Was that not included in yours then, Quokka? Were you late or something? Late to pledge? Blood for the Blood God. So are motorised gates out of the question? They're not Blood for the Blood God. I don't think you were here last stream, were you? I don't think you were here. I made a bit of a daft bet. A bit of a, what I thought was going to be a throwaway bet. I said, if the channel gets 100 members, I will motorise the gate. And Big Brain took it upon himself to buy said members for the channel and gift them. So that's where we're at. So I told Big Brain I will motorise it, but I told him it won't be the first thing I do, because we need to make some good progress first. But yeah, so that's it. No, it's funny because the gifted subs, where there was 100 gifted subs, and I haven't seen one of the green names from them pop up this evening, so I don't know whether it just gave them to loads of people who probably aren't interested in live streams. Which is funny, because obviously I see like, you know, I know my regulars and everything like that, and then a couple of faces who turn up from time to time. But none of you guys seem to have been awarded a channel membership, which is funny. I just feel like surely it should prioritize people who are in the chat and active in the chat, and sort of log on, but nope, just 100 at random. They're cool AF. They are cool AF. From what I've seen, Quokka. Big brain making big brain moves. I know. The thing is, Blood for Blood God, I thought it was just a throwaway thing. You know, I was like, okay, yeah, I'll motorize the gate if it gets 100. If we get 100 members on the channel. And then, yeah, Big Brain was like, oh, can I gift them? And I was like, I guess? So yeah, I do actually, in all seriousness, I have to come up with a way now. I think I'm going to have to use like a very thin blade and just go around the gates. But I think I can make it work. I think I can make it work. Frag Eye, and that's why they call it Big Brain Gate now. It is. It is why we call it Big Brain Gate now. It's forever Big Brain Gate. And even though it's going to be a lot more work, I do appreciate it because it just gets eyes on the channel. Not to mention it's going to cover materials and stuff. Because we're going to need to find some little motors. I'm going to have to do my research. That's the main thing. I'm going to have to go and do a little bit of research about hobby motors. And I already need to do research about LEDs, so I have my work cut out for me, guys. Alright, these are looking good, but why are you not flush? Why are you not flush? Stay flush. I know it doesn't always matter, because once you go over transfers with the microsol, it softens them all up and makes sure they're nice and flat. But sometimes I speak like Smagel. So let's get one more of them. But yeah, I do want this diorama to have lots and lots of details. You know, I want you to, if you guys are able to see it in person, I do want you to be able to sort of look at the board, and wherever you're sort of scrutinizing, there's going to be a detail that you might not have noticed before. Evidently, to do that, we spend a lot more time working on this thing. And a skill that I am definitely going to have to lose as soon as we finish this project is working on other projects, making sure that they're not as detailed. Not to mean that they're going to be bad, but it's like you can afford not to have details everywhere, you know? You can afford to make a diorama or make a build where not everything needs to be like, oh, transfer our poster, our little hidden thingamy-bob. What do they call it now? Hydration break. I hear all over the World Cup. Hydration break. They're just taking a hydration break. I feel like this is a new thing. I'll start taking them in stream. I'll see if I can get a sponsor, and I'll just drink everything sideways like this so you guys can see the can perfectly. It's come to my attention that I still haven't decided what I want to put on this thing yet. I've got this like double length pipe. It's going to go down the left hand side of the throne room. But I'm thinking of maybe airbrushing some effects on there. I don't know if you guys have seen that effect you can achieve with, what's it, the OSL? So I was thinking of potentially trying that with some of the pipes. The sort of OSL effect. I did pick up some ink specifically for that reason, some white ink. So I might give it a try at some point. I might test it out though first, you know, not go straight to this pipe. So I've got a few old ones, so I might experiment first. Cordless drill, just lengthen the wires and you can attach the trigger and forward reverse switch under the table and motor under the gate. This sounds like a good idea, Blood for the Blood God. There is quite a bit of space underneath the stands, which is very useful. I actually got a carpenter to make me those stands because, pardon me, I lack the woodworking skill to be able to do it. So I managed to convince a carpenter to make them for me. And they are really good. They are really sturdy, but they've got the base, so you can put things underneath the base. So when it comes to LEDs and the motors now, it's going to work very well. I need to try and fulfill my end of the bargain this weekend. One of those things being a Discord for the channel. And what was the other thing? And the other thing I've just completely forgot, even though I... It's only Wednesday, and my brain is already scrambled eggs. But yes, I do need to make the Discord. These ones are a little bit more tricky, these little barcodes, because you can't slide them in place as easy. Sometimes it does, Blood for the Blood God, sometimes it doesn't. Unfortunately, the way my brain is wired, I forget things quite easy. So, I don't know what it is. I don't know whether it's like attention deficit or whatever. But, yeah, like, I forget a lot of things. I do. Timetable. Frag-Eye, you know me better than I know me. You know me better than I know me. That's crazy. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Discord and timetable. There's two of the things I really need to do. Just because the timetable for streaming will help sort out my life a little bit in terms of... yeah, sorry, I've got an itchy nose. I think I've got really bad hay fever. So, timetable, yes, will help me sort out things, and we can... Well, it should help you guys as well, because I know recently I just kind of log on as and when and stream. And I know for some people that's not always useful. So I'm going to set a timetable. And well, Frag-Eye is on it. He knows. See, Frag-Eye remembers. That's the thing. I don't. So yeah, we'll do the timetable in the Discord, because the other important thing is just being able to chat with you guys, because I can also put on there as well, like say I decide to impromptu go on live, I can let you guys know with a bit of notice, and yeah, and you can share some work with me as well. I know Frag-Eye already does. Frag-Eye shares some work via Reddit. And you guys are always more than welcome to share with me. I mainly use Instagram, but Instagram, Reddit, if you ever want to send me anything. Just till we get this Discord up and running. But yeah, when I think we've got those two things, it's probably going to go a little bit smoother, and we can get into the rhythm of it, basically. So yeah, I'm going to try and get those done on the weekend. Now, I just need some numbers, though. Which ones should I use? I always quite like the stencil effect numbers, but I don't know whether I should try something else. I might use these gothic-looking ones. Frag-Eye, the only reason I remember is because this morning I was thinking when you would go online, and then I remembered about the timetable. Oh, that's good, Frag-Eye. Yeah, because it's been a few days since I streamed last, and to be fair, like I said earlier, I did plan on streaming, and obviously it has happened because we're here. But I felt really ill, and I was going to be like, oh, do I have to cancel the stream? Luckily not. But I had noticed that it had been a few days, so I was trying to get back online. Blood for the Blood God organization, it helps me incredibly. Blood for the Blood God, like when I get a routine and I get into the swing of things, it makes my life a lot easier. So it needs to be done. And since streaming is becoming more of more of a regular occurrence, I think it's worth doing. So helps you guys, helps me. Quokka, well, it's late, I'm tired, see you later. Well, thanks for joining us, Quokka. I hope you enjoy your Trench Crusade miniatures. If you get anything painted, send us some pictures. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Okay, we better speed up a little bit so we get our task completed by the end of the night. Oh, I'll use the zeros as well. Will I? I've got space. I don't know whether I should. Maybe I'll do it sideways? Sorry, I'm having a bit of a ponder. Maybe I put it on that side actually. That side might be. Yeah. I'm going to put them on that side. Quokka, I will, but first I need primer, and all-out primer. Well, that's the first thing to do when you get some free time, Quokka. Get a good night's sleep, go through your day, and get some primer. Alex, do you like getting things done when we are here? Seems normally you don't get that much done. Fun as hell, but as I said, love that whole diorama piece. You're not incorrect, Alex. Sometimes I do find it hard and I procrastinate a little bit, but I feel like last week was especially bad for progress because obviously we had that huge chunk of time where it was so goddamn warm that virtually nothing was getting done. Usually it's not that bad, you know, I do procrastinate a bit, but today I was able to sort of get these pipes all prepared. I done a coat of Chaos Black, coat of Lead Belcher, then I airbrushed some Nuln Oil on it. So I can get things done. I just feel like the last week or so has been very, very slow progress, you know. So we'll get there. Quokka, I'll probably go on sat at my LGS and get some primer, maybe even the mini of the month. Do it, Quokka. Do it. Get a free mini out of it as well. You may as well. Okay, we need another set of barcodes. I know they're not actually barcodes, but I can't think of what else I'll call them. There we go. And actually, going back to what Alex says about getting things done, I do need to get a bit more done because I need to make another video for the 10,000 people, 11,000 people who don't watch the live stream. Because I do owe it to them as well. I've just kind of got into the habit of doing these streams and I'm enjoying them. I am. But I do need to document some more progress as well. Quokka, I think I've seen a leak for it and I might already have it. You've lost me there, Quokka. What have you seen a leak for? Oh, for the miniature of the month. Oh, I see. That's what. I guess that's what you're getting at. Alex, we overwhelm you with questions and goofy stuff. That's what I meant. Oh, no. You guys are, it's nice to have company. I always say that because it's the truth. Otherwise, I'm just sat here in silence. But the reason I bring up about not getting stuff done is because it does happen, you know? It does happen, and progress can be painfully slow at times. You know, I don't ever consider that a dig. I'm not thin-skinned. I'm not worried. I'm not worried about that at all. Because yeah, things do go slow at times. They do. Yeah, I think it's a. Oh yeah, I think I've seen it. I've seen the outline for it, the silhouette. I have Quokka, but it's a free beast man with a gun and a chainsword, so you may as well get him. Yeah, perfect for Necromunda Frag. You may as well try and get your hands on one as well. Hey. Okay, where is? Oh no, I know what I've done. Would you believe what I've done? I'm going to have to put this barcode on this set of pipes. Because I'd moved on to the numbers, hadn't I? Why am I looking for another barcode? I'm a dumbass. It's fine, we will make use of it, it's not the end of the world. It is definitely not the end of the world. Quokka, I'm pretty sure I already have it. You might do. Didn't those beastmen come out with one of the kill teams? Or wasn't it an actual kill team? I can't quite remember. There we go. See, it never goes to waste because I can just use it on another pipe. And then... yeah, and then I can just add to that. That doesn't look too bad. Just needs to be a little bit straighter. That'll do? Alright, cool. So let's not get distracted again. Let's actually go for the numbers I was trying to do. Gloom Creature, sadly and surprisingly, there is only one Warhammer shop in London, so it always runs out of the Mini of the Month very quickly. Is that where you are, Gloom Creature? London? Because it does happen everywhere else as well. In Bristol, we got 2 Warhammer shops. My closest one, every time I am up there, the Mini of the Month is always gone. So I feel like they might not give out too many minis of the month. Maybe they only have like a few. Because yeah, sometimes I've been there like a few days into the month and there isn't one available. Shadowcraft, Spearhead, how's it going? Hanging with my little brother-in-law, Helga. I hope I pronounced that right. He says, thanks so much for the patch. If you can give him a shout out, he'd be stoked. As long as I'm getting that pronunciation right. Helga, hello. I'm glad you've enjoyed your patch. Oh god, I'm losing the plot here. You can see the cogs turning in real time watching this stream. You can see my brain trying to process the information. Quokka, oh hey, a box of painted Space Marines. I have minis everywhere, help. Gloom Creature, when I was at uni in a small city, they had minis left over for weeks. Really? Really? Crazy. Crazy. Okay, numbers. I got to remember numbers. Also, while you're here, Spearhead, I've been sent some pictures of people who've received their shirts and they are very happy with them. They are very, very happy with them. And, well, I know anyway because I've got my ones, but they look great. They look fantastic. I've said it before and I'll say it again, definitely the highlight of my year. Definitely. For all of you guys here, Shadowcraft is Spearhead IRL. And he designed the Imperium Nihilist shirts. He designed our crossover shirts, which unfortunately you can't get now, but you had a month. You had a month. And to those of you who picked them up, thank you very much. Shadowcraft, pronunciation absolutely spot on, yes! Yes, it says, hell yeah, he's building some assault intercessors right now. We're having a good night. That's awesome to hear, guys. And I am so glad I got the pronunciation right. Fantastic. Yeah, I hope you guys are having a brilliant evening. We're actually getting something done here for a change, which is good. I was complaining earlier in the stream that just because of the absolute heat, I've done a week of nothing. You know, nothing has been achieved. So now it's much cooler. We're getting through it, you know, we're getting some transfers on pipes. Gloom Creature, yeah, it was so nice, haha, they done fun painting events too. Whoa, lucky. I don't think well actually, I can't say I'm too in the loop here, so I'm not going to slag off my local Warhammer shop and go, oh, I don't know if they do anything, because they might, but I just never get Miniature of the Month, that's the only thing. Maybe I should try, actually. I need some primer. I could go tomorrow and be like, do you have Miniature of the Month? And it's only the 2nd, so hopefully they should. Shadowcraft, hell yeah. Love to hear that. I received mine too. It's a beauty. Pleasure to work with you, my man. Thank you very much again, Spearhead. It was very, very cool. And I will be wearing my shirts on a lot of streams. In fact, if you were to go back and look at the streams that I've got saved, most of them are me wearing my shirts, so you could tell that's how much I like my shirts. Fragai, Helga, that name sounds German. I think the guys are in Sweden, aren't you? Quokka, hey, anyways, I'll go. I did notice, Quokka, you were hanging around for a bit there. I thought you were tired. You're going to be extra tired now. But thank you for joining the stream again, and hopefully we'll catch you on the next one. Okay, let's get these all numbered up. Because Quokka does have a point. It's 10 past... Well, it's 12 past 10 here in the UK. So we've been streaming for nearly 2 hours, but we've made some good progress. And as soon as this stream is done, I'm going to take a picture and I'll put it on Instagram. I will. Probably won't be able to get all the decals in the one photo, but it'll give you guys an idea of how they're looking. Obviously, bear in mind we do need to edge highlight them, we need to recess shade them, and give them a bit of weathering as well. Not too much, because it's going to be in the throne room, but I like to give a little bit of rust and a little bit of chipping. I was looking for Mr. Beastman with his lasgun. I must have probably put it away in one of my many boxes. That sounds like a common problem, Quokka. That sounds like a problem I'm sure a lot of us get. Hence why I have not been buying miniatures recently, unless they're for the project. I threw out 2 months earlier, but I'm actually sure it's been longer, because I did buy the Custodes box set, the Horus Heresy one, but that's going to the project, you know, that's going on the project, so it doesn't count as one that's going to the pile of shame. Big Brain, there he is! Big Brain, we've been waiting for you. We have been waiting for you this evening. How are you doing, Big Brain? Are you happy with your, are you happy with the deal? You've committed to it now. Good night, though. Good night, Quokka. Thank you again. We will see you soon. Okay, so this is... Let me make sure I get the number right, because I have already numbered these, so I want to make sure they are corresponding to. So this, number 2. Right. It was a good investment. I think you got a good deal there, Big Brain. I think you got a very good deal. 1 second, let me just cut this out. Let me keep my concentration. But yes, Big Brain, I think you got a good deal, and it will be done, like I said. We're going to make a little bit more progress on this first, and then we will... Well, I did say on stream that I'm going to have to do a little bit of research. I am. But I think we can do it. I definitely think we can do it. Gloom Creature, I'm going to head off now. Got to get up at 5:30 for work tomorrow. Well, thank you for swinging by as well, Gloom Creature. Best of luck with work. I'm glad it's going well, the new job. And I'll see you on the next stream if you are about. Enjoyed the stream. Have a good one. You too, buddy. Thank you very much. We'll see you soon. Alex, yep. Quarter past... Oh. Oh, you retracted that one. Yeah, well, we're not going to be streaming too much longer. It's been a nice little stream this evening. Not quite the height of some of the previous numbers, but that's not always the biggest deal, to be fair. It's kind of nice to have the regulars here. What I was hoping, actually, since you're here, Big Brain, is what I was hoping is we would see some new green names pop up on today's stream, but unfortunately we have not. So I don't know if YouTube has given given some of the gifted memberships to people who don't really watch streams, but either way, it is what it is. Okay. Sure. That looks good. 02. Cool. Alex, quarter past 11 here in Denmark. We can sleep when we die. That's fair enough. I know there's some of you out there who can run on very little sleep. I am not one of those people. I will wake up after 8.5 hours sleep and I will still just want to stay in bed. I don't know whether that's down to laziness, but it always seems to feel that way. It seems very rare that I feel like I've got a good night's sleep. I don't know whether that should worry me slightly. You will get about £150 GBP from my investment. Can't blame me for trying. No, well, Big Brain, the thing is, I really appreciate it, you know. I was talking about this on stream earlier, but because of your gifted memberships, there's a few things now that we can just flat out buy for the project, and things that likely I will be showing on stream and just, you know, working on and putting it straight on the board. So it is really, really appreciated. But yeah, you did try, and the thing is, it was only the other day, so we still have the rest of the month, and we might get some new members joining the streams. So you know, it is what it is. It's also appreciated that you yourself bought a membership first. You are one of the very early green names. Number 3. So yeah. You know, I do, well, I can't thank you guys enough, really, when you do become channel members, because obviously it's a monthly thing and it just goes towards the project, and I don't know if in, like, some capacity it tells YouTube that maybe you're even more interested because you're a member. I don't know, I can't say that's an actual thing, but it all helps at the end of the day. It all helps. Okay, so now we need pipe number 3. I probably won't go over these with the microsol this evening. I think I'll give them a good bit of time to dry. I probably won't do it on a stream. I'll do it just whenever I've got some hobby time. Therefore, next stream we can, you know, work on whatever else comes along. But this is feeling much nicer than the other week. This is like chilling out, making progress, not just sweating and cutting sprues. It's much nicer. Although I know, I know it's all off screen. I need to adjust my setup, I think, because I kind of sit with like 2 desks in front of me, and unfortunately the camera, like the angles and everything, aren't that great. Because if I point at what I'm doing, you don't get any of the board behind, or you get like half of it chopped off. Depends how bothered you guys are about, you are about watching me actually work on it. Any progress on the Discord? Actually, Big Brain, this is something I did mention earlier as well. I've been quite busy the past couple of days, hence no live streams and stuff. But I'm going to try and get it done this weekend. I was telling Fragai that I'm going to... Well, Fragai actually reminded me. I've got to do the timetable, so we can have a proper timetable when it comes to streaming. And the Discord, so we can share our progress on stuff as well. So hopefully by next week, Big Brain, is what I'm saying. You can always think up some model or... actress and keep cuddling your quilt a little longer. Yeah, you can. You can, Alex. That's definitely a good way of staying in bed. For me, it's usually becoming reinvested in the audiobook. So what happens is I fall asleep sometimes with my earphones in. So I fall asleep and then obviously you'll miss like parts of the story. But what I'll do is when I get up in the morning, I will just rewind to the chapter I last remember and then get reinvested and fall asleep again. Big Brain, I am here to disrupt. I don't want to see any progress. You're doing a good job of that, Big Brain. You're facilitating it. I'll get these materials that we need for the project, but I won't do anything with them. Right. So, I was saying that because I'm doing 3 of these pipe things, I'm trying to get the transfers in all the same places so they're kind of uniform. So I'll show you here, if the camera picks that up as well. But they're all kind of numbered, so I want the numbers to be the same height. All these finicky little details that I want to get correct. And what was that again? Number 3. Sometimes at the time it doesn't feel like it's worth doing, but then when you see like a big lump of details and progress on the board, it makes it feel worth it. It's like Fragai says about trusting the process, really. Okay, number 3. It took me quite a while to learn to trust the process. Like coming back into this hobby, I think the first few miniatures that I painted before I got into dioramas, I would sort of not lose the interest in painting them, but maybe lose the vision, like lose the end goal. Because I've got quite a few, and they're half painted, so I feel like I got back into the hobby, didn't necessarily commit to trusting the process, and then ended up with a bunch of half-finished miniatures. But now, obviously, working on these bigger scale dioramas, you do have to do it. You have to trust that everything is going to work out. And, so far it has. When I was working on the floor of the throne room, I was really worried that it was going to look patchwork and wasn't going to look very good. But I am very happy with how it's turned out. Big Brain, I only use transfers as a reference. Use transfers as a reference. Do you hand paint them, Big Brain? You're not hand painting things on Eldar, are you? You've got to get on the transfers. Once you know how to do them, they are incredibly easy. They're even easier when you don't have to make sure they're all at the same height, all at the same level. I hand painting symbols on Eldar models. Fair play to you, big brain. Fair play. Is that just because you enjoy the challenge of it, or are you just not a big fan of using transfers? Yeah, because I can't even imagine doing that. I would not have, again, I would not have the patience for that sort of thing. I was forced to adapt and use these transfers because if I didn't, I wouldn't be able to achieve what I want to achieve. So I had to force myself to learn. I had to watch a few videos, get the right tools, get the right equipment, and then it just became easy. Okay, we need a 0. Ah, that's good. Okay. So I think we're going to add these two numbers then and give them a check over and just see if we need anything else. And then that's probably then done in the transfers department because, as I said, we don't want to overdo it. It is one of the things you can do is overdo it with transfers because they do look really good. But like tanks, for example, Zone Mortalis, I had to be very careful on the floors, not to add too many. Let's go for it. I enjoy that kind of painting, and I don't feel like Shake-lig my You're gonna have to tell me what that word is, big brain. Shake-lig myself. Yeah, you're gonna have to tell me what that word is, big brain. Because I feel like you've mistyped that one by accident, but my brain can't process what you're trying to say with that second half. Apologies. I know it's misspelled, big brain, but I don't know what the proper word is. Tell me what the proper word is. Okay, we need a number 1 now. That's one of the things I do need to order actually after this stream is some satin varnish. It's satin, isn't it? Yes. Not gloss, not matte, satin, in between. Just to complement the metals. Because if I use that matte varnish that I have got some of, it's going to dull everything down too much. Ah, that makes sense. Shackled to what transfers look like. Yeah, it's good. It's also a good good practice of freehand skills as well, big brain. And it will help you in the long run, because I think the more you do it, you know, the more skill you develop. I've definitely noticed from working on this project, when there was larger spells of me working on building, so the few weeks that I would spend constructing things, when I came back to painting, I definitely felt like I lost some of the brush work that I had before. So yeah, it's worth doing because you build up that skill. Apologies guys, that's my phone going off. I will mute that. Alex, I have a Crimson Hunter and a Wraith Knight. The more fun side of Eldari models, checker decals and plastic stencils. Intimidating on those big ones. See, those are definitely what I would need. If I was doing AL Diary like you guys, I would need checker print the transfers, because I just wouldn't freehand it. I wouldn't be able to do it. The Macallathrop, have you considered using one of the Pepper's Ghost style holograms in conjunction with Webway Gate, or for the Light of the Astronomicon itself for above the throne itself? I haven't, Macallathrop. If I'm honest with you, I'm not sure what that is. Pepper's Ghost. I suppose I'm going to have a look at that after the stream. In fact, I will screenshot that. There we go. I will have a look after the stream, Macallathrop. Especially if it's something I can use to make the project look better, I'll certainly consider it. I will. I did mention earlier that we do need to drill our holes soon. Again, all because of Big Brain. We can get some of the materials we need very soon for the channels, to cover up the channels of the build. But before we glue them in place and paint them, I need to drill holes. Well, in fact, I say glue them. I probably won't glue the walkways on yet. But I'm going to have to drill a few sets of holes all the way up the channels. So after we can put the LEDs in and yeah, get that looking good. And it should diffuse the light underneath the walkways, so it should look pretty good by the time we're done. Oh, this is something else. Do you know what? If we're going back to sort of progress I've made today, another thing that I've started working on is these little things. I'm going to get a little bit closer to the camera. My knees have gone. I'm showing it to the laptop. I got these 3D printed candles from Green Stuff World. The aim is to put them on the bases of the statues. So I don't know if you guys remember, I will just show you. I'm going to disappear off camera a second. And I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to show you guys these. So these pillars that I've got the statues to go on top of them. And then below the statues we're going to have a load of candles. Just because I feel like it will look really good in the throne room and kind of give that religious feel that the throne room probably developed over the past couple of thousand years since the Emperor's been sat on the throne. And yeah, these candles, I've undercoated them and they just need a coat of contrast now, basically. Contrast with a little bit of edge highlighting and then a little orange dot, and we are good to go. But they look very cool. I wasn't sure about them till I gave them a spray of undercoat, but they are looking pretty good. So yeah, those got done as well. Big Brain, I have experience with electronics and microcontrollers. Well, Big Brain, when I get that Discord set up, I will probably be on to you for a little bit of help in that department. So yes, be aware. Be aware, I may come knocking and asking for help. Make sure I've got this one up the right way. I haven't. At least I think that's the right way. Yes, alright, cool. So let's get this put on. It's quite nice doing these live streams and sort of seeing the gradual increase, because I know there's a few of you out there who kind of watch as opposed to talk and chat, which is absolutely fine. You don't need to take part in the chat at all. But it's been quite nice, because when I started these, I remember starting with single digits, and I think the first one we probably had about 5 people watching, And I know we're sat at kind of like a modest 10, 11 right now, but it's nice to see it kind of creep up and get into double digits. Because I probably spoke about this before, but having a little look online, apparently it's quite hard to break through the barrier of single digits when you're streaming. So it was kind of cool to see that a lot of the streams have an average of double digits. So I must be doing something right. And it's even more fun just not to be sat here on my own, because this is going to get done either way. Like, you guys know that, right? So in between the videos, in between the videos I upload on YouTube, I'm working on this either way. So this is just kind of a cool way for me to chat as well. But yeah, it's been nice to see it grow, basically. Even from building the channel up from like a few hundred people to 11,000 people now, like, it's really nice to see it grow. And it's led to a few more opportunities, which has been great as well, because they're only things that I feel like can make the hobby a bit more interesting. And it gives me more things to show you guys, basically. It does. So for those of you who have kind of just tuned in, Big Brain, you might have missed that. But basically, I'm doing a project with Hobby House here in the UK, so I will be building. We haven't decided on what scenery yet, but I'm going to be building some scenery. So yeah, it all leads to opportunities to do things and show you guys more hobby stuff, basically. My Calothrop, it's the holograms made with video projector and angled bit of transparent material. The modern reinterpretation of them uses an old smartphone. Oh, I know what that is, my Calothrop. I do know what that is. My Calothrop, well, you have 17 likes right now, so a few other people clearly popped in for a moment. Yeah, it's been okay. I mean, I was kind of expecting a bit of a quieter stream today, because there's football games on, and I know not everyone watches football, but I think there's a few of you in there who do pay attention to it. Big Brain, we've had up to 25 viewers. That's not too bad for concurrent viewers. I can't remember what we've done. There was one day last week where we had 30-something people watching at one time. So that was cool. But the numbers are consistently, double digits, which is cool for the channel, really, because it tells YouTube to push it out there a little bit more. But yeah, and like I say, it's been nice kind of watching it grow. And not having to, like, because one of the things about this this channel and sort of streaming is I'm not trying to I'm just trying to do this project. I'm not trying to like push it too much, if that makes sense, because like I say, this is going to be done either way, so this just gives me a method of hanging out with you guys. On Sunday, Norway is playing Brazil, so I know who's not going to be on a stream on Sunday, huh? I know who's going to be watching the football. Best of luck for the football, though. Well, that'll be your knockout game as well, won't it, Big Brain? Because England played today, and they played DR Congo, and I know they won by a point. But yeah, it was close, because they could have been going home. Okay, so I'm going to try and show you guys what this looks like. I give you guys a little look. Again, I know the camera isn't really the best. But basically I've got a few transfers on here. This will look so much better when it's had its edge highlight and everything there. But yeah, we've got 3 of them done now. I am going to need to go on eBay and see if I can get myself some more pipe pieces. We only need enough for 1 more pipe, which is the annoying thing. So 1 more of those and we'll be good. Let me just give it the once over. So I think we're all good now. I don't think I'll put anything else on it, unless there's another little barcode maybe. It'll be the 1/8 finals. Oh. Well, best of luck for that, Big Brain. I hope it goes well. Maybe it'd be England and Norway playing each other at some point. I feel like I'm gonna just I'm gonna put some little warning symbols on the bottom, I think, next to the vents, just as a little... Can I get one there? Can I get one there? I'm not sure. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, I'm gonna put 3 more transfers on, because I think I'm gonna use some of these warning ones. I quite like them. Maybe stand clear. Pipe looks good. Thank you, Big Brain. I think they're getting there. I definitely think they're getting there. And we've made a lot of progress today. Over this sort of 2-hour stream, we've actually got a fair bit done, which is nice. Alex, some chats are nice but very stale. You see someone make whatever. It's fine if you need a little info on the model, but you being with us airheads is nice. And then the nice things besides you is gold. Yeah. What the thing is, you guys are a quirky bunch of characters. I will give you that much. And it's nice as well, because I feel like it's nice to have people who speak up and kind of want to interact as well. It all goes back to me talking about how I worried I would just be on one of these streams and not have anyone to talk to. Or my greatest fear was having someone who just didn't like the project, so I'm just here with like one troll who's winding me up. But you guys are great. And don't get me wrong as well, like I know it gets slow from time to time, like I know it's not always buzzing here, I know the chat isn't always popping off, but it doesn't mean I'm not having fun. And when I go quiet, it's only me concentrating anyway, because I can't talk 100% of the time. I concentrate. Just like now, actually. Big Brain, if Norway and England both win their respective games, they'll play in the quarterfinals. That would be awesome. But do you mean the next one for England, though, Big Brain? Because they've won this one today. You are at least with one troll. Well, you're only like a half troll though, aren't you, Big Brain? Because usually trolls don't try and support the person they're trolling with gift memberships. Usually they just say something rubbish. Well, keep saying something rubbish. But that's not what you've done, Big Brain. I think secretly you want to see this finished. The Mycalothrop. Speaking of trolls, have you considered making the bridge out front of the Imperial Palace? I have not, Mycalothrop. I think I know which one you're envisioning if you're thinking about that piece of art. But you think of how vast the throne room is. What I've depicted is just a fraction of it. And I have always said before that the way I imagine this part of the throne room is being at the top of an even bigger pyramid that goes down for miles and miles. So yeah, this is only a fraction, and I feel like if I was to work on another project that was based around the Imperial Palace, I feel like there wouldn't be much point, if that makes sense, because it couldn't really connect to this one. It would be like snapshots. So, no, I haven't. But it's not to say it wouldn't be a cool idea, it's just one that I probably won't end up doing. Blood for the Blood God. Big Brain is Trojan horse. Well, he is. He's already in the gates. He is already in the gates. Let's get a few of these stand clears on. Oh my god, it's 11:15. We might not get all of them on. We might end up just getting the one on. I think, because it's a work day tomorrow. Oh, Canis Rex donated £5. $5, sorry. Thank you very much, Canis Rex. I'm glad you're enjoying the stream. Sorry, let me just put this transfer on. You can see my brain stutter when I'm trying to multitask. $5. Thank you very much, Canis Rex. I'm really glad you are enjoying the stream. See, I know there's a few of you out there quietly watching, and that is always absolutely fine, because I know that some of you like to have something going on in the background while you're hobbying, or just, you know, or not hobbying, just something to listen to. So, yeah, but I really appreciate that. Thank you very much. That's all going to go straight back into this project. Because we have, well, we have a few things more to get, basically. And, you know, with you guys enabling me to make... enabling me, that sounds really bad, doesn't it? You guys are enabling me! Well, no, basically, because of you guys, I am able to make this project as good as it can possibly be. So, like, little improvements with pieces, I'll do it. And it all helps. First super chat is fantastic. It is fantastic. The coolest thing is, like, with this build, is I can't say that this is all me. I know this sounds really corny, but everyone that donates and supports to this project is involved with it. Because I wouldn't have been able to get this far without, you know, people like yourself, Canis Rex. It just wouldn't have happened. I remember, so when I was not far into this project, I met a lovely chap who occasionally tunes in, called Ben. And Ben was kind enough to provide me with a box set of the old, you know, noughties Imperial Sector terrain. And that went into making either side of the pyramid that makes up the Golden Throne. And, you know, without that, I wouldn't have been able to make that huge leap forward. And just from then, the support that I've received around this project has just been phenomenal, you know, and I've just been able to make things better and better and better. Obviously now we're at a stage where the building isn't so much at the forefront of things, it's more getting things painted, but again, you know, it all goes towards the brushes, the paint, just anything I need to get it finished, really. So thank you once more. Blood for the Blood God. The background music here is awesome, by the way. I've probably said it before, Blood for the Blood God, but Sebastian Kling is the fella who makes my music. It's not technically my music, it's his music, but he's got a YouTube channel under his name, Sebastian Kling. He will be the first one that pops up if you type that in. He is fantastic, like atmosphere-wise, just perfect. I've got a few of his tracks. So whenever you guys get a little bit familiar with this, we can mix it up and put some new background music in there and keep things fresh. But yeah, I like this one. I liked our previous one as well that we used in a few, but I changed that, obviously, to keep me a bit sane as well. Let's do another one. Go on then. Why not? Because I think Tiny Lord has just joined as well. He has. Hello! What's been going on today? Well, Tiny Lord, we are working on... Well, we're kind of getting to the end of working on, if I'm honest with you. Look at me offer this up to the camera. Look, offerings, guys, offerings! I've made 3 of these sort of pipe sections that are going to go on the board. In fact, I'll show you, Tiny Lord. If you're staring at your screen right now, I will stand up and I will show you. So, kicks chair out way. We are going to have these. Going to have one about there, and we'll have another one. And basically, they're going to flank. They are going to flank the channels either side of the table. So yeah, basically, I just figured they look quite cool. And I wanted to add a little bit more to the floor of the throne room, basically. And these are a perfect opportunity to do that. So yeah, you haven't missed a hell of a lot, but we've made some good progress today, which is fantastic. Alex, listen to a little bit of Nine Inch Nails soundtrack to Tron Ares. They are sick on the good way. Sick in a good way? I do like a bit of Nine Inch Nails, Alex. I haven't listened to them a lot recently, but I used to listen to them a fair bit. I think they've got a song called 10... Is it 10 Million or 10... Is it? Yeah, I think it's 10 Million. I really like 10 Million and The Hand That Feeds as well. Bite the Hand That Feeds. Fragai, have you... Nihilus, have you read my chat about the pipes? Have I? Have I? Did I miss... Which chat, Fragai? I'm going by the... Did I miss something, Fragai? Because I'm just looking up my... I'm just looking up through the chat here and I can't see. Big Brain, I will accept your sacrifice. Tiny Lord, I'm getting princess treatment being shown the pipe display. You are, Tiny Lord. I may as well show you because you've just turned up. Mycalithrop, what about some coil? What about some coil? What's Fragai saying? The last one? I'm looking up here and I'm not seeing anything. Was it? It wasn't a super chat, was it, Fragai? It was just a chat. Oh, Coil the band. Mycalithrop, I was thinking about the what's it? The generators with the coils around them that they have for Mechanicum. But no, I haven't. If that's a similar recommendation, I will try it out though. No, I've got all chats on, Fragai, so I don't know how I've missed that unless my sort of dyslexic brain has gone past it. Fragai. Yeah, I'm sorry, Fragai. I don't know what's going on there. Would you mind typing it out again, Fragai? I can't seem to find it. And I know this chat isn't exactly heaving, but it's just not coming up on this. It's not coming up on here. So they're going either side of the black channels. What are those going to have on them? Well, Tiny Lord, those are going to be filled with LEDs, and on top of them we are going to use some walkways from the gang stronghold, the Necromunda gang stronghold, because they're kind of cross-hatched, so the light will diffuse through them really well. We're going to pick up a few of them soon, thanks to Big Brain, actually, who donated a ton of channel memberships, so that's going to be the next thing we get. Big Brain does like coils like real electronics. He likes his electronics. I can't find the message. Already did. Strange. Yeah, Fragai, that is really weird because I'm not lying to you. I cannot see any message about pipes, and I've got all messages on, so I'm not sure what is going on there. And I've scrolled up quite far as well. Apologies. Why isn't it showing my chats? Yeah, I'm honestly, so I have a bit of a rubbishy method because I have to kind of use it on my phone. But I've got all messages on and I'm viewing it as my, as the creator. So that's really weird. And I can see all your messages now. I can see, why isn't it showing my chat? Strange, already did. Is there a word in it that it's filtering out? I haven't put any censorship on anything. So that is really strange. Can anyone else, if you're in chat, can anyone else see what Frag Eyes put, or is it just my end? Because it's really weird. Oh, I can send you. That would be very useful, Frag Eye. That would be absolutely fantastic if you can. That would be genuinely incredible. Yeah, that showed Frag Eye. I don't know what that was about. That was really strange. But yeah, basically, I just want to get enough to finish. The thing is, what you could do, Frag Eye, instead of sending a whole sprue of pipes, if you have these two bits, basically, the two curves that come with the pipes, those ones, you could just send them, really, if you want to keep the pipes and use them for another project that you're working on. But yes, that would be very appreciated. Big Brain, there are some auto censorship. There must be. I think Big Brain's onto something. There must be, because I do. So I have an occasional channel mod called Chris who comes on. He hasn't been on for a little while, but he hasn't put anything on, as far as I know. He hasn't censored anything. He's usually, he hasn't touched anything, as far as I know. But maybe there's some auto censorship thing going on. Michaelathrop, Big Brain likes Transformers and he cannot lie. You other tech priests cannot deny. When a servitor walks in with an itty bitty waist and an arc welder in your face. Michaelathrop getting creative with his lyrics there. Maybe because I typed in Reddit. It is a bit strange, Frag Eye, because you've just put it there, obviously. I'm not sure what that was. It's very strange. Right, let's get this put up though. Yeah, I'm feeling a lot more positive now. Just after last week, I'm feeling like today has kind of given me that little boost. And I'm sure I will get some more time on the weekend to do some stuff on the project. So it's kind of pushed me forward a lot. Because one of the things to bear in mind with a build like this is just keeping invested in it, and trying to keep, I don't want to say keep morale up like it's a difficult thing to do, but obviously, because it requires a lot of attention, you can get a little tired of it. And it's weird saying it, because I feel like saying stuff like that, means you don't enjoy what you do, but the thing is, I love what I do, If I had the choice to just do this all day, every day, and build and paint, I absolutely would. But what I mean more so is that keeping things fresh and keeping sort of invigorated in the project is really important. I can't see the chat from Michaelathrop either. That's strange. So you can't see the like big Transformers. You cannot lie. That's very strange, guys. I don't really know what's going on with the chat this evening. I don't feel like that's ever been a problem before. And I have not tinkered with anything. That's why I appointed Chris as my mod. and if he tinkered with anything, he would let me know first. So I don't think he has tinkered with anything. I need one more stand clear. Oh, did you try again, Frag Eye, and it's not coming up? Tiny Lord, I couldn't before, and I thought it was lag, but I just hadn't set it on all. Yeah, because I've got mine on all now. Thank you to Frag Eye earlier. It's a bit of a weird one. If I ever do miss anything in the comments, feel free just to kind of nudge me as well and tag me, because it's never done intentionally. There's another stand clear. Maybe there's just something going on with it today. Very weird, guys. I apologise. I'm not really sure what to do. Alex, I have to get up at 6 in the morning, so I bid you gents a good night from Denmark. Thank you for joining us this evening, Alex. It's been awesome to have you. I hope your day goes well tomorrow, and we'll see you in another stream soon, I guess. Take it steady. Frag Eye's eyes just go blind to non-member messages, though. See, look at those green names. There's 3 of you now. You're all ganging up on the white names. Okay, I just need one more of those stay clear ones, so I've got to have one of them, right? Because I've got, like... Did I drop one? I did. Because I've got loads of these transfers. So I've got to have one more stay clear. There we go. Fantastic stuff. Blood for the Blood God. Well, I see how it is. Oh, well, Blood for the Blood God, maybe someday we will twist your arm and you can join the ranks of green names. It is a shame that Big Brain's channel donation, not channel donation, sorry, member donation didn't give you a green name. I feel like there's a few of you white names who appear, and it didn't pick you guys. I feel like if I was going to make any changes to YouTube, that's what I would choose, is like maybe prioritize people who are turning up to the streams for a green name upgrade should one become available. Tiny Lord, enough green in here to be wild. No, well, it's not that much green, Tiny Lord. That would be dangerous. We don't want a war. No war. Big Brain, I tried to make so many green names as possible. You did. You made 100 green names, Big Brain. You made plenty of green names. It's just funny how it didn't prioritize people who tune into the live streams. And obviously that's not a you problem. That is just a weird YouTube decision. Okay. I think that should probably do it when it comes to transfers, because I'm not sure. They've each got like 5 on now, and like I said, I don't want them to look like they've been just covered with stickers. So I think that'll probably be enough. Just gotta make sure it's nice and straight. Stand clear. Stand clear. And then another point, we'll have to do our weathering and stuff. But that's looking good. Because there's no other... I just have another cursory glance through some of these sheets. I'll just have another look, make sure Because there's loads of other good transfers on that sheet. That sheet is just rammed with them. But I don't want to use them all at once because I've only got one of these sheets, so I want to make it last. Although having said that, I think I've got to do it, guys. I think I've got to put one more. I found this cool little triangular logo, and I think I've got to do it, haven't I? I have. I've got to do it. Okay, we're staying a little bit longer. We're going to stay a little bit longer. What is it? It's 6 minutes past 11. So let's try and get this done in the next 20 minutes. Granted, I know not all of you might be here by the end, but let's try. Let's try and get it done. Was that? I guess that's all. That's everyone saying good night to Alex, isn't it? Leo. That's none of you disappearing yet. Tiny Lord, like any good child playing with their sticker book, they must go on everything. That's what it feels like sometimes when I get carried away. Big Brain, need any Eldar symbols? I have enough. I don't think I need any Eldar symbols, actually, Big Brain, but thank you very much for the offer. At some stage we do have to decide, though, because I know a few of you have asked about Webway Gate. You see that? I nearly forgot what Webway Gate was. We need to do a Webway Gate at some point, so maybe I'll need some Eldar technology around then. My Calithrop, if you could print your own, you could have binary warnings not to stick your bits in the high voltage socket. I could do, my Calithrop. I do actually have some really cool custom transfers for the project, which I've got to use. I haven't got them to hand right now, but I got sent a few from Impatient Tabletop. He does all like custom transfers. So if you need like one of the things I've done, again another side project that I haven't really done yet, is I found a chapter that I liked on what do you call it? What do you call the website? Damn. Basically, I looked through all the Space Marine chapters and I found one that I liked, and there's obviously no transfers for the chapter. So I got in touch with Impatient Tabletop and I was like, can you take this symbol and turn it into a transfer for me? And Tom did his magic and made me some fantastic transfers, and now I've just got to use them, right? But if you ever need anything like that, this isn't a paid sponsor or anything, by the way. I just really like Impatient Tabletop. If you want a custom sort of transfer done, take a look at them. They're on Instagram. Tiny Lord, the only good Eldar is a dead Eldar. I was fighting talk in chat now. Bits in the high voltage, diabolical. That is pretty diabolical, my Calithrop. Fragai, but there are Eldar parts in the throne according to the law. But Fragai, what kind of Eldar parts? Eldar parts or Eldar bits? Because there's warning against that, there is. The Webway Gate should be a hybrid of Imperial Gothic and Eldar organic style. I couldn't agree more. I could not agree more, Big Brain. I think when we get through what we have on our plate at the moment, including the Big Brain Gate, we will make a start on plans for a Webway Gate. Probably in a similar format to what we have with the wall. I don't know whether I'll make 3 more wall sections. I think that would be a bit too much. But I think what we'll do is maybe extend another Zone Mortalis tile outwards. So another tile's width this way, and then come up with a gate to stand on that. But yeah, we'll deal with that. See, that'll be after the secret room. We still need to do the secret room first. We still need to motorize the gate. Then we need to do the Webway Gate. So plenty more to do. And we still got to paint it first. So Tiny Lord, I have no idea what you're on about. This is all pure, Emperor-approved human technology. The Inquisition will be here shortly to correct your heresy. They might well be. You can't go saying things like that. Not on a live stream. Anyone could be watching. Just remember, warning labels only exist because someone did something stupid. That's something to think about. They've had to put a warning there because someone has done that. Makes you worry about humankind. Tiny Lord, would the gate be part of the underground section? Don't actually know, Tiny Lord. Haven't decided yet. I haven't really... I've got a concept for the secret room for the Emperor, but it's not set in stone yet, basically. Where are these triangles? I'm going to move that empty can. Plenty of ideas, but we're not ready to execute yet. Should we go with red or white? Let's go with white. What do you mean by not doing 3 more walls? Isn't the back and the opposing side of the throne going to have walls? They weren't, and they're probably not, Tiny Lord. Because the way that the table is set out at the moment, or the diorama, is so people can reach around. Oh God, don't clip that. So people can reach over it. That's what I said. Reach over it and grab their miniatures. So there's kind of a method to the madness, and it would just be a colossal amount of work. Not to mention, we'd need a bit more funding. We would need a fair bit more funding to do that, and I figure we just have to get on with what we have at the moment. Big Brain, I think the gate is said to be below the throne. Well, I'll have a look at that, Big Brain, because if that is the case, I'll see if I can maybe work that in under the secret room. Frag-Eye, the Inquisition and the Custodes stopped the Mechanicum from getting spare parts. God, they're always messing things up. They're always getting in the way. The Monkey are fool unlike the children of I can never say that. ASEAN. Frag-Eye, but I think it was Dark Elf. Yeah, see, that's what I thought as well, Frag-Eye. I thought it was Drakari shenanigans. How much detail do War in the Webway, Valdor, Birth of the Imperium, and The End and the Death go into about the layout? Do you know what? I am not entirely sure. I'm going to have to do a bit of researching, I think, when it comes to the layout. Because, yeah, we obviously want to find out whether it's in the throne room or below it, or... when you spoke about the stained glass on the throne area, I pictured the back wall, which makes me think, have we ever seen the back? No, so what I probably didn't do a good job of pointing it out is the thing, Tiny Lord, because obviously, like, well, half of the project you can't really see over here. But can you see, let me see if I can put my finger, see this part right above my finger, just here, this little wall bit, there is plenty of empty windows in that need stained glass, and then behind those we will put the LEDs. There's also plenty of them on the wall. So that was the aim. In terms of like a big backdrop, I don't think we'll do like a 3D backdrop. I think if we do anything similar, it'll be a painted one. You know, just for like photos and stuff. Because I feel like if I made another section, or like a wall section, a vertical section behind the throne, I feel like that's, again, kind of too much. I feel like we're overstepping our means. Big Brain, I have funded the gate. I'm not going to fund the walls. No, and that's understandable, Big Brain. No one is going to ask you to fund any walls. You have definitely funded the gate. You definitely committed to that bit. Okay, let's get these on there. Go one. One. Lol, next month. I don't think he's going to be doing that next month, Frag. I don't think he's going to be doing that again. I think I think it'd be your turn next month, Frag. We got to try and get Mycalothrop a green name now. Mycalothrop and Blood for the Blood God. They've been hanging out here, but they're still white names. Okay, so 2 more to go, and then I think we will probably call it an evening. Because we have, what have we been doing now? Let me have a look. We've been nearly 3 hours, guys, so it's been a very productive stream. It has. Maybe someone else does it. Maybe someone else does. Maybe they do it. We will wait and see. Obviously, all jokes aside, it's never mandatory. I'm not really too fussed. You know, it's good to have you guys in chat either way. Can you see my pose? Can you see? Yeah, you can see. Look, my shrimp pose. You can't see exactly what I'm doing, but you can tell I'm doing something. I'm gonna have awful posture when I'm older. People will be like, why is your posture so bad? And I'll be like, don't worry about it. It's already next month. Well, there you go, Mycalothrop. That's your sign to become a channel member. It's already the next month. Go join us. Join us. Why is this transfer not coming off? This one's being stubborn. Tiny Lord, I did think if you were ever going to just, I did think if you were ever going to just but like a black wall or something to cover the table, then the real thrown webway and other Easter eggs can be a little. Oh, I see what you're trying to say. I see what you're trying to say. Yeah, that was one of my initial thoughts, actually, Tiny Lord. But I think the way we'll do that is probably just with the secret room, because of the way this project is built. I don't think we can really do like the little mini diorama sections hidden within. I feel like they kind of have to be behind the walls. Big Brain, shrimp mode enabled. It is. Mantis shrimp in a Pope hat. Why do I need a Pope hat? Shall I start wearing hats on stream? Start wearing a Pope hat on stream. I'll dress up like a member of the ecclesiarchy while I'm building this. Although I feel like maybe an ecclesiarchy wouldn't be appropriate, because they don't really want to give the emperor back the power, do they? One of us can start chanting. Our little club, our gang, our hive gang. That's what we are. We are redemptionist. We're either redemptionist or like the Cawdor members. We are, because we're religious zealots to the Emperor. Tiny Lord, why is your posture so bad? I was serving the God Emperor. Yeah. Maybe in the future as well they'll have technology to keep me alive for longer, so I'll look like a proper servitor as well. I'll have bad posture and I'll have like a claw and everything. Tiny Lord, we should get you a purity seal pin that we can stick to your shirt. I would wear that. I would definitely wear that. Okay, last one I think, guys. We'll get this one on. And I'm going to upload a picture straight away, otherwise I'll forget. I'll upload a picture to my Instagram of these pipes. Again, I probably, well actually if I take a picture of one at each angle. Yeah, okay. So I will do that as soon as we're done with this. And you guys can have a little gander for yourself. Michelothrop, he's not sororitas. He doesn't need purity seal pasties. But it shows that I'm pure. It shows that I'm trusted to work on the golden throne. Sure, last one, sure. It has to be big brain. I gotta be up for my hole digging job in the morning. I do. So I think we got to make this count. But it has been a very good stream. It has been awesome to hang out with you guys. And I'm just kind of hyped that we're making a bit of progress now. We're back to making progress. I am told though that it's going to get pretty warm again. But hopefully it's manageable. Tiny Lord, by the way, at some point, would you be able to get close-ups of the custodians? It's hard to make out their details in the group pics. I can, Tiny Lord. I will take some better pictures. I probably won't take them out this evening, but I will make some time on the weekend and I will get some good pictures for you. You weren't sold on the Dreadnought then, Tiny Lord. There's also the Telemon. When that comes out, which I think is going to be fairly soon, the Telemon Dreadnought is going in the throne room as well. Check. It's too late for me tonight. Don't worry. Well, Tiny Lord, I'll send you some pictures as soon as possible, and you can have a good gander. I understand though. You've got to choose the right one, Tiny Lord. You've got to make sure you choose the right one because it's gonna have your name on it. Whether you choose to call it Tiny Lord or not is up to you. You might want to call him. Well, you can call him whatever you want. You can call him Sir Fluffy Muffin. Well, that's not going to fit though. Or maybe it will. Oh, I don't know. This last one, the spot. No, it's not going to work though. It is a model of a Dreadnought, but it's a Custody, my Calithrop. And Tiny Lord is referring to he has joined at the Custodian tier to become a member of this channel, which means he gets to name a Custodian after himself, and he'll get a little 3D plaque with his name on that will go on the diorama. So he is trying to choose which Custody he would like. That's a much better place. It's annoying. I was trying to fit this last transfer in the gap at the bottom to match the other ones, but it's too big, so he's got to sit a little bit higher. It's not the end of the world. Big Brain, you know I don't speak Norwegian. You know I can't speak a lick of Norwegian. You're gonna have to tell me what you said. Tiny Lord, I mean, having a big model is pretty cool, but if there's a custodian who comes off as really unique, I'd want to consider them, you know? Absolutely, Big Brain. Absolutely. I still think the coolest one is the guy with the sword. I still think the Big Brain had an easy choice because he broke one and decided he didn't want to fix it. He was like, yeah, just keep him like that. Here. I have this one to hand, but I will put this up to the camera, Tiny Lord. Obviously, I'm not saying you have to choose this one. Not at all. But this one is very... This one is the champion with the sword and the hood. He is very cool. But that's a better look. Just because I had him to hand anyway. But he's one of my personal favourites. I'll put him back over here where he belongs. But yes, I will get you some better pictures. I will get you some better pictures. Could you imagine Big Brain donated all 100 at the custodian tier and just owned half of the diorama? That would be crazy. That would have been crazy. Just naming all of those custodies. But no. That's good that didn't happen. Eastern side of the country is the best part of the country. Okay. Is it? Is that where you're based, Big Brain? Okay, guys. Anyway, on that note, I think we are probably done for this evening. We've done really well. We have done really well, and we're back to making better progress. So, yeah, I'm feeling reinvigorated with the project now, which is great. What I'm going to do is I will take a quick picture of these after the stream and put it up on Instagram. But yeah, thank you all for joining me this evening. I'll just read the last chats. Mycalothrop, they would be a hive mind, yes, and that would be heresy. We'd have to chuck them out of the throne room. It is from where I am, yes. Well then, it is the best part. I agree with you, Big Brain. Eldar level 1, Eldar level 2, Eldar level 3. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Why cat? Why cat, Frag-Eye? Why not dog? No, you can't. Big Brain does have a good point, and it's kind of lucky that it didn't work out that way, because I imagine Big Brain being like, okay, Eldar 1, Eldar 2, Eldar 3. No. Frag-Eye, why can't I gift memberships? You should be able to gift memberships, Frag-Eye. Big Brain was able to last stream. He was. Isn't Eldar Lover 3 one of the Primarchs? Wait a second. Wait a second. It took a while for the ball to drop there. Oh, what about Gilliman? Rabute Gilliman. Okay, guys, I think I am going to have to call it a night there. But, yes, thank you all very much for a productive stream. It has been fun. And it's nice to... Well, it's just kind of nice to work on the project and feel like it's going somewhere. So, yeah, I'm very, very impressed. Only super chats and super stickers? Yeah, it shouldn't be, Frag-Eye, because I think, you know, Big Brain was able to. So I'm not entirely sure what's going on there. Sleep well, mate. Thank you very much, Tiny Lord. I will. I'm gonna literally take a picture of these and then go straight to bed because I am knackered. And I have to pick my partner up from her job in the morning because she has a night shift. So I'll be up early and then I'll be going to my job. I am not... you're not a member. You are a member, Big Brain. You've got a green name. You're a channel member. You, Tiny Lord Frag Eye, are, are all channel members. I cancelled it. Can you? Did you? Strange. Alright. Thank you very much, guys. I really appreciate it. If you haven't done, just, if you don't mind, stick a like on the video. Just because when YouTube uploads it, then it kind of shows it to a few other people. I mean, I'm not sure how many people watch live streams after the fact anyway, but hey, it is what it is. Oh, it is the new tier for 19 days. It won't renew. No, none of the none of the gifted memberships. I think none of that renews at all. That's just, it is what it is. It won't renew it. It just gifts it to you for a month, I think. But yeah. Anyway, it might be worth it just because of how many more of these streams we do. It's a regular thing now, so Okay. Anyway, on that note, guys, thank you very much. You've all been awesome. I will speak to you soon, and I will get Discord and a timetable sorted out for Sunday stream. Okay? All right, guys. Thank you very much. You are awesome. Goodbye.